Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Me Driving to Work. I am your host slash chauffeur, Darkness 30XX of the Black Hood Crew. Name is there in the corner. As always, you can follow along at the usual places, YouTube and Facebook at the Black Hood Crew, Twitch, Twitter, Steam, at the name there in the corner, as well as you can follow along on Trovo, as well as on TikTok, where I post dumb stuff irregularly. Um, so yeah, this is another episode of me driving to work. It is Tuesday, February 1st of 2022. January is done. You got 11 months to go till next year. um, yeah, as it stands, last night, pretty good night. Nothing really to complain about. Just the usual, um, pain in the butt clientele in some cases. As I've said before, one of the downsides of this type of job is really the quality of the people that you have to deal with. Um, and I'm not saying it's all of them. It's just like there's always got to be that, couple people here and there who are just downright nasty. They're rude. In some cases, just outright disgusting. Um, One, the other, or sometimes just a combination of the three. And you're just left sitting there like, these people walk among us. They are among the population, regularly going out into the world. And you're just like, how do you go through life like this? With, these multitudes of health issues. But at the same time, you're just a nasty person. Like, whatever sense of community that you would hope other people would have, these people don't have it at all. And it's sad. It really is, because that's a choice they make. Like, they woke up and said, I'm just going to be a terrible person today to any person that gets in my way, whose path I cross, whoever I need to interact with, whether it's, you know, someone in a retail store, a supermarket, or usually in my particular case, when they're the ones that need help. And I am that gateway to getting that medical help, to seeing a doctor, seeing a nurse, or just feeling better in general. And they decide to treat me like human garbage. Hold up. That's not how this is going to go today. Like, I haven't flat out yelled at a patient, but I sure as hell have had words with either the patient or a family member of the patient. And not like, I'm cursing them out. It's not like I'm, throwing them to the dogs or anything like that. But, they come at me sideways, and I'm just going to return that energy, but still convey the message that I am that gateway. I am that passer of information, the go-between between a patient seeking help and the medical professionals that are capable of providing that help. Because I've stated before, my job requires me to register. That means putting on, if you ever seen it, a wristband of some sort that has, birth and some other numbers and barcodes really associated with the medical chart, which the medical professionals can trace what procedures were done, what tests were done, what medication was given, all of that, as well as just a generalized history of the patient. Without the band on the patient, they can't do anything. Only in extreme cases I've seen them forego the ban. Then, even though in some cases they have had to go above my head to treat a patient, usually in emergency situations, they still come back and say, we need this patient registered so that we can continue treatment, you know? So how are you as a patient, potential patient, going to come at me sideways like like you don't know I'm that guy? I'm the one that's going to make sure or check to make sure that you need to be seen, to get you registered to be seen. Idiot. Sorry, somebody on a scooter thinking that I'm just going to overtake him on a surface road when that is both dangerous and highly illegal. Not going to happen. Sorry. And then his passenger turned around and looked at me like I was doing something wrong. Like, dude, you are the guy that's driving like a couple of pansies on a scooter. Anyway, where was I? Yes. Patient attitudes. I am that gateway. So coming at me sideways, coming at me like you don't know any better, knowing full well that without me registering you, the doctors can't even put their hands on you, let alone provide any kind of medication, perform any kind of test, send you off to get an x-ray, a CT, MRI, whatever. They can't do any of that until I do my job. Now, I'm not saying I'm some sort of, all-seeing, all-knowing gatekeeper. I'm not. But if I don't do my job, the nurses and the doctors cannot properly do theirs. And if you, with your attitude or whatever is going on in your life, makes my job harder, even slightly, you're thus delaying your own care. Don't be that person, please. Just as much as you don't want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to you. But I'm here to do a job. And that job is get you registered so that the nurses and the doctors can see you and treat you and get you on your way better than how you came in. That's it. I am not in this for any reason other than it's a job and I'm getting paid to do it. I have a responsibility to my job as an employee there to perform these duties, to this responsibility. Yes, I'm getting paid to do it, but that's what a job is. So why not try and make this a slightly more mutual experience by not being a dick when you come in? I understand if you're in pain, you've just been stabbed or shot, or you cut yourself, Lord knows where, you're having back problems, stomach problems, you have a headache, migraine, whatever the case may be. I understand you're uncomfortable. But again, that doesn't give you the right to treat me or anybody that does my job anywhere like crap. It doesn't. Now, are there patients who are decent human beings who, even though they are uncomfortable or in pain, are still soft-spoken, well-mannered, and just are there to be seen, but at the same time understand there is a process? Absolutely. Perfect example. Last night, had this older woman come in who was literally crying, tears down her face. She was in so much pain. But when I came to her, to put the band on and verify she was who she said she was. Even though she was in pain, she still said, yes, no problem. That is my name. That is my date of birth. I said, beautiful. Thank you very much. May I have your wrist? I put it on her, and she went ahead and was immediately treated by the nurses and the doctors. Crying, tears down her face. She was in so much pain. Was still well-mannered, soft-spoken, and just in general, you could tell this lady was not faking this garbage. And yet, still had the decency to treat me as a human being and understand the process. Now, could have been because she was an older Latin woman. It's a possibility. Could it also be that, yo, come on, are you gonna go or what? Let's go, lady. Come on. Could it be, the fact that, she was probably like she was being transitioned already into the ER? Maybe. But I'd like to think more of that. It was more of a, the way she was raised. You treat others with respect so that they may in turn respect you, you know? And I was raised the same way. You have my respect until you do something to lose it. I don't willy-nilly take it from anyone. You have my respect, you have my attention until you do or say something that tells me, hey, this person's not worth a goddamn. So the choice is now on the other person. The ball's in their court. They now have to be the ones to consciously make the decision, hey, I'm going to be a decent human being today. I'm going to treat others with kindness and respect so that they may in turn treat me the same way. Is that not said in the Bible somewhere or in some way, shape, or form? Do unto others as you would want done unto you. Because if I treat somebody like garbage and they turn around and treat me like garbage, I only have myself to blame. And I only have so much patience. Because once that runs out, you don't get the nice me anymore. And I highly recommend nice me because a-hole me, not a nice guy. Not a nice guy at all. A-hole me says things how they are. And you're not going to like it. I can promise you that. I like being the nice me. I enjoy being the nice me. But just know that as a backup, a-hole me is waiting. Don't give him a reason to come out. Don't do it. So yeah. And not just in my line of work. If you at any point in time require the assistance of another person whose job it is to provide some sort of assistance to you, and you turn around and treat that person like garbage, they should not be forced to help you in any way, shape, or form. At least when it comes to retail or service industries. Like people working at supermarket, Target, or service industries like hotels and things of that nature, like restaurants. If you are going out of your way to treat another person rudely and with disrespect for no reason whatsoever, because there is no valid reason to treat another person with disrespect, especially if you need their help, they shouldn't have to help you. This goes for the restaurant, retail, Service and retail industries. That's how it should be. That should be like a rule on the book. If a customer treats you like crap, you have every right to deny them service. On top of any other reason you would deny someone service. You know what I mean? Like if the other person is, like no shirt, no shoes, no service type deal, or nowadays with the masks and the vaccine and all that stuff, like add one more to that list of, valid reasons to not assist someone or not to treat someone. Just add it on. If they come at you rudely, I'm sorry, I cannot help someone who is this rude. I'm sorry, I cannot help you. And when they ask why not, you say, you had my respect until you opened your mouth. You had my respect and you had my help until you mistreated me. At which point you cut off and move on to a customer who is willing to interact in a positive way. I've recently been seeing, not recently, but fairly recently, I saw a TikTok made by somebody where it was along those lines. They had like a purge-like situation, but instead of going around and just killing people left and right, it was a purge day for retail and service industry workers who, one day a year, they get to have no filter. You come at them sideways, they'll come right back the exact same way. You curse them, they get to curse at you back. It was absolutely hilarious. Because I know if I was in that situation, I would look forward to that day. I would look forward to the retail service industry purge day. Simply because I'd be in a position to gloriously curse out another person and say, I don't have to help you. Yeah, I would be that guy who is so nice 364 days out of the year. But that one day, oh, you best believe I would work an overtime shift just so I can keep it going. I would write everything down beforehand. I would spend the other days of the year writing down all the nasty things that I want to say. I would write it all down. I'd have a notebook. I'd carry it with me into work that day. It would be like a black book of sorts. But specifically inside, there's no names, no numbers. It's literally just nasty, terrible, disgusting things I can say to other people on that one purge day. And I would gladly carry it around. And I would give them one warning, if that. Say, don't make me pull out my black book because you're not going to like what I wrote in it. And if they continue with their shenanigans, guess what? I flip to a random page and it immediately lands. And God forbid if they have some sort of deficiency, some sort of human deficiency, like maybe they wear glasses or they got braces, they're in a wheelchair or just something along those lines. I wouldn't necessarily pick on someone with like a mental deficiency. That's low-hanging fruit and definitely a no-no. But yeah, I think I would poke fun at their conditions if they have one. But yeah, I would look forward to that day. Simply because, again, you get back what you give. And if you give crap, don't expect to come out of our interaction squeaky clean, because you won't. So, let that be a lesson. If you're going to have an interaction with anybody at their place of work and you require their assistance to get what you need done, whether it's an errand, you're trying to buy something, sell something, or just in any way, shape, or form require another person's assistance at their place of work to get something done, don't be a dick. Don't be an a-hole. Don't do it. Kindly go inside, tell them what needs to be done, allow them to do their job so that you may continue. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to be a. It's not going to be a problem. You know what I mean? And by doing that, you're actually removing a potential roadblock to you getting what you need done. It's that simple. By treating the person that you have to interact with respect, you are breaking down barriers, potential barriers, before they're even erected. Thus, putting you in a position where not only is this person willing to help you, but they might actually go above and beyond. They'll take it to the next level. They'll take their customer service skills. They'll take their attention to the next level. Simply because you showed them respect. You showed them kindness. I do it all the time. Nice to me? Oh man, rush you straight to the front. Get your paperwork straight into the hands of the nurses. Get you that wheelchair you need. You know, close the curtains behind me. You know, if you ask me, hey, can you turn off the light? Yeah, sure, no problem. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you, pass me the remote? Or can you give me a blanket? Yeah, sure, no problem. Those are all things that are outside of my work responsibility. At no point in time do I have to get the patient the remote to the TV, a blanket, that wheelchair. Technically, I'm not supposed to do any of that stuff. But I do it if they show me kindness first. They show me respect. You do that, I have no problem bending the rules a little bit. I've done it many times. And I have no problem doing it every time I do it. But again, it has to be something earned through mutual respect. And like I said before, you will have my respect until you give me a reason to take it away. And usually it's within the first few moments, someone opens their mouth, they'll say something sideways, or they'll cop an attitude for no reason. Okay. Whatever respect I was going to give you, right out the window. This person is clearly not worth the time and effort. And thus, you get nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Let me know where that came from. Yeah. Just be kind, be respectful, and we'll all get out of this better than how we got in. That's it. Not that hard. Not hard at all. We're going to get a decent parking space today. Yep. Right here is good. All right. So I've officially parked. I'm at work. And this is where I will leave you. Remember, I've been your driver / chauffeur, host, whatever you want to call it. BHC _ Darkness 30XX of the Black Hood Crew. That's the BHC. By all means, follow along at YouTube and Facebook at the Black Hood Crew, Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Trovo, and TikTok at the name there in the corner. Until next time, which will be tomorrow night, be my first gaming night of the week, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Stay tuned for that here on the channel. Until then, have a good day, have a good night, and be excellent to each other.